Hey. So, welcome to Appleton Private University, UK and Spain, and YYCI International Academic UK Global Online Diploma Masterclass. So, we've started the journey for this time for transformation since May, and we're going to end this one in ending of July. And this program is only for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless any of our lecturer are busy and they want to reschedule their. So this, for example, the person that's supposed to speak earlier today, like I said, all our leaders are very, very busy, and they are all, some of them are working along with great leaders as well. So Professor Patrick is presently traveling within within India to visit one of their minister, chief minister in government, visit them, have a meeting this morning. So that is why he's not here. But he has voluntarily accept to teach us tomorrow as early as 9 o'clock a.m. Nigeria and UK time. So if you can make it, please join us tomorrow as well, 9 o'clock sharp, and he will deliver his message within a short period. Okay, so our modules is still mindset, personal development, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence, financial intelligence, leadership, and management. And I noticed that majority haven't submit some of their assignment. I have compiled all the assignments together in one document, and I've sent it to everyone. I've sent it to the groups. So please attend to those assignments, especially at this moment. It is good for all of us to finish. I believe that we are all busy, but it is also good for us to finish what we have started together. So let's.
Dear God, we came to you in prayer with a humble heart. Please guide us and give us strength as we navigate through this day. Help us to be a vessel of your love and kindness to make a positive impact in the world.
May this be with me always, and may I always strive to do your will. Thank you for your blessings and for the gift of life. Amen.
Okay, so let's move on quickly to our first speaker for today, our first lecturer for today. But before that, let me remind you again our special information for this global online diploma class. This is 3 months, so we started since May. Global online diploma masterclass. Duration for each person is 1 hour 30 minutes. And we've started normally, some of them might change their time, they can change their date. But the normal procedure is 10 to 11:30 and 11:30 to 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So, and the attendance, the involvement and the assignment has to be 80%, please. There's other things that I'm going to, that is new, that I've already mentioned to one of our leader, that is also incorporated with this diploma. I will explain fully on that later today or on Wednesday. Assignment must be completed and be submitted before the next module. I believe most of you are doing very well. And I appreciate some people that they are really working in in their place and they still want to be partake of this. We all appreciate all your efforts. So just keep doing, keep submitting your assignment, and everything will be all right. We also want to praise Dr. King David and others that have really been feeding back on those assignments. I'm so pleased. It's not something that is so easy for us, but because they love us and they want us to succeed. And that is why they are giving us that opportunity. So, diploma certificate is what I want to talk about, but I will talk about it because there's slightly changes on the date, and you will know the reason why we might move 2nd of August to September. But I will tell you for what you are going to do within a month of August before the graduation. Okay, so we are blessed, we are privileged, and we are favored to have again Dr. Nodi B. King David, PhD, HFDBMI. I don't know if that is I or L. Oh, L, yeah. The Registrar of Awedu Business Management and Leadership Institute, Nigeria. And it will continue. This is his, I've seen it on the social media. I think this is his 5th section, the 5th section. So he will continue on leadership and management. If you have missed any of these 4, please watch the video on YYCI.tv YouTube channel. All the videos are there and all the information assignment you need to complete. So we've put everything together in one document, and you can ask if you are not on our group section. So let's move on. Ambassador Dr. Nande, let me avoid that one. I don't want to spoil his name. King David has PhD, DHL, MSc, BSc, ND. I mean, he's a learned. So we can understand how he's really putting more effort in this leadership and management. He's also a trailblazer in the realms of academia, leadership, philanthropy, representing the highest standard of knowledge, service, and integrity. With 4 doctorate degree, I don't know why we can't call him professor, but I will hold my peace in that area. Spanning human resources management, social work, hospitality, management, public administration. He has established himself as a formidable intellectual force. His relentless pursuit of excellence continue as he embark on a Doctor of Business Administration (DBA) in corporate governance and leadership at ANAN University Business School, Abuja, further deepening his expertise in corporate governance and leadership. So if you want to know more about our lecturer, this is just the few, because I know if I press forward, it might be more than all this. So let's welcome Dr. King David to lecture us the next few hours. Did you hear that?
Good morning, Prof.
No. Okay, let me just allow you. Okay, yes, we are ready. Good morning, Dr. King
Good
David.
morning, Prof. Happy New Week. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are connecting from. And I most sincerely appreciate each and every one of you to be part of this program. This is the 5th session of my class today, and I strongly believe we have learned a lot. Today, we also need to dig deep, get some more information before we go to our presentation very fast. Like I said before, no knowledge is waste. No knowledge is waste. One thing that keep inspiring us to grow is ability for you to learn, to be submissive, to gain the knowledge. And on this platform, I learned something very interesting since we have called them my mentor or my mother, those who are already older than me, senior me, and by far on a high level that are eager to learn and willing to learn. But hardly see the young boys or the youth of this generation that will be determined to get this knowledge. And at the end of the day, we find who to blame. I think at this point, we should blame ourselves for any failure we encounter in future because we fail to take the decision that we're supposed to. So we're not going to waste time again. We go straight to the quiz this morning. I think just to have a little clue of what we did before. Mm. We go straight to the quiz this morning to have a little clue of what we have done before. Then we can now come back to the class quickly. So if you can see on the screen, please quickly Google it, joinmyquiz.com. Joinmyquiz.com. Then please enter the code that is there. Enter the code that is here. We are waiting. Thank you. Prof, you're welcome, ma.
Yes. Let's do it together. We have about 12. We are all 12 on this platform. And sometimes you can Google the johnmyquiz.com, and also you can screenshot it because I screenshotted. No, not screenshots now. I don't know what I did. I did something anyway. So please let us join this quiz quickly together. It's an interesting quiz. It's either we fail or pass. And I'm not afraid to fail, but I will try my best. Okay. Yes, Mr. Emmanuel, thank you. Well, others, please join. You just Google Join My Quiz and then you enter the code. Let's do it quickly so that we can continue from there. Okay, 3 of us. Okay. More, please.
We are waiting. We are waiting. More to join. We can get up to 5. Yeah, 5 people. We are good to go. Okay, 4. 1 more to go. One more to go. Thank you. Okay. 1 more to go. We are 10. 1 or 2 to go.
Please, let's do it quickly so that we can move on. We have a lot to learn today. One more, please.
Okay. Can I start? No time to waste. Okay, over to you. Let's go. Thank you, Timmy. Correct. Oh, Prof, thank you. Correct. Emmanuel, thank you. Wow. Good, good. Wow. Let's go. Wow, Timmy, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Oh, Victor Fay. Oh, Timmy, you Fay 1. Let's keep going. Oh, well done, Emmanuel. 2, 2. Let's keep going. You can try. Oh, Prof, you say one. Oh, Timmy, well done. Emmanuel, Victor, you can. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Well done. Well done. Amazing.
Okay.
So let's look at the score. Timmy, congratulations for coming out first for this. Prof, what happens today, Prof?
I just read that.
Emmanuel, congratulations. Victoria, Godwin,
Congratulations.
congratulations. I think
Yes.
Victoria, this is the first time you're attending my lecture.
And then
What?
I gave you room for you to be third, to be in the third position. Yes, I didn't get it today. Don't worry, I'm learning.
Thank you, Prof. You're welcome. Okay, so we are going to be fast. Let's see how far again. Today is the first fifth lectures for this class. So I want every student just unmute yourself. Tell us what we did for the first lecture. Someone should tell us what we did for the second lectures. Someone should also tell us what we did for the third lectures. And someone should tell us what we did for the fourth lectures, because I believe most of us just want to join. I don't think if we truly will be keeping the note, we should to have a complete record of my class. So let's see. Who are we going to start from? Do I need to point or you will just volunteer? Do I need to point anybody or you volunteer, unmute yourself and tell us the first lecture, what you learned, second lectures, what you learned, third lectures, who is going to say something? Okay, Prof, will you permit me to point or should I allow them to volunteer?
Still allow them to volunteer. It's my first lecture. Okay, somebody is saying here is my first lecture.
Okay, yeah,
Who
yeah,
is
yeah.
saying that?
Okay. Lectures I attend, they were talking about leadership management, how to manage and integrate your organization, and you make mention of leadership chart, organizational chart, and how to put in the head of your leadership from the management down to the list management. Then you told us if we are running an organization, we should have a chart. That chart incorporates like from the CEO to the least person. And you also talked about the management structure in leadership. That's putting your management together into one place and having a physical structure to help your organization or the management grow. So that was what you talked about: organizational chart, leadership, having a plain vision for your leadership, what your organization is all about. Then now setting your leadership based on the roles you want to give out to your followers or your subordinates. So that was what I learned in the last class.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think that was my third lecture. We'll talk about formal visual structure organization. Thank you. You're welcome. Adeni, can you tell us the first and second lectures? What was the topic and what have you learned so far?
That is Lukman you are talking about, you are asking.
Okay, Lukman, yeah.
Lukman,
Good morning.
good morning.
Yes. My apology that I won't be able to say anything about the lecture.
Why the reason? Because you are always on the background and you've been doing a lot, is it?
Okay.
My apology.
Victor Lekara, let's hear from you. What was the first lecture? Yes.
I haven't
Good day.
attended.
I think the first lecture was about seminar. Then we look at the introduction. We talk about seminar. It says that a seminar is a structured academics section during which students or researchers engage in discussion of specific topic, often based on original research. Then we later talk about the purpose of a seminar for knowledge sharing, critical engagement, skill development, and professional growth. Then we talk about the type of seminar presentation,
Okay, that was last week.
argumentative seminar, and the rest. We also talk about the role of seminar presentation in academics, which is critical thinking. After critical, we talk about communication skills, which is very important in time of seminar. You have to develop your communication skill to make your audience suitable for their research. Also, we talk about the components of seminar papers, the abstract, talk about the introduction, we talk about the literature review. Also, we talk about the methodology. Methodology. This is a section of seminar paper. Describe how to research online or specific producer. Also,
Thank you. Thank you. Who is Rachel? Rachel, is it your first time of joining the
Okay,
class?
Miss Rachel this is not her first time. Let me see if
Okay.
she can speak because she's always in the hospital working. So, Ambassador Rachel, are you here? Can you speak or you are still working? Okay, I'm not too sure we can get the response at the moment.
Princess Godwin, who is she?
She's the one that mentioned she's already responded.
Okay, then tell me to pay her. I won't forget her. Tell me to pay over to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Ambassador Rachel, can you respond?
ma'am.
No, she's still trying to. Yes, Madam Timitope is at work at the moment, so she's on the background. Some of them are at work, so they're at the background learning. So please exempt her. She can only speak when she has time. The same thing happens to Ambassador Rachel.
Thank you. So today, we are not going to waste time. We go straight to the business of today. Remember the first lectures, I talk about the introduction to management and leadership. Second lectures, I talk about decision-making in an organization. The third lectures, we also talk about the structure, formal structure versus informal structures in an organization, where we also elaborate the organizational chart and the rest of others. So the last lecture, which was last week, we talk about, was it my hair, the Holy Spirit guide me. We talk about human resource management, recruitment process, selecting, and so on. Today, we're going to look at leading and motivation. Leading and motivation. Leadership is one of the problems in Nigeria, and outside Nigeria, it's a global problem, the entire world. And when you lead, as a leader, you are leading a group of people, leading an individual. At the same time, how do you go about motivation? How do you motivate your team? How do you motivate your followers? No organizations will succeed without a proper motivation of its staff or employees. Today, we're going to go deep, quickly, on what these two words is all about. We have been journey on leadership, and a lot of people have said something about leadership. But let's also look at it from another aspect of today, leading to motivation. So leadership is all about influences people, influences of followers, for them to understand or agree about what needs to be done and how to do it. And the process of facilitating individual and collective effort to accomplish a shared objectives. That is leadership. Guiding people towards achieving a goal. Example, like being a team captain who does not do all the work, but leads the way and helps everyone to work together. As a leader, you are not meant to do all the work. You are not meant to at least all the tasks, everything lies on your shoulder low. You are just leading the way and allow people that follow you to accomplish the task. And the credit goes to you. That is a leader. Leader is a goal. You already set a goal. This is a goal. This is a plan. This is your objective for the week or for the month or for the year. You communicate it to the team. You communicate it to their followers. Provide them with every required resources needed for them to achieve it. That is a leader. So you are like a captain. You are like a driver driving the vehicle while others are there following you. That is a leader. The motivation is an internal. Motivation, on the other hand, is an internal external forces that initiate, direct, and sustain behavior. Motivation is an internal, or you can call it external forces that motivate and sustain behavior. According to Robbins, SP, what does that mean? Motivation is a drive inside. It must be drive inside people that pushes them to act. It is like a fuel. No vehicle can move without fuel. No tricycle can move without tire. Human being cannot survive without oxygen. So motivation is like a fuel that push the vehicle to run. It's like an oxygen that when you breathe, you survive. That is motivation. That is motivation. So when we try to talk about motivation, it is what push individuals to go extra mile while delivering on their job. It is what gives them the courage for them to work hard because they believe there's a reward. Leadership is about influence, while motivation is about action. When you say motivate individuals, there must be a result showing that this individual has been motivated. That is why I say leadership is about influence. You are talking about change. But motivation must be action, something tangible, something that is evidence, something that the employees want to see, your followers want to see that, yes, truly, they are working with a leader. Now let's look at the leadership theories. We have a lot of theories that we developed, but for the purpose of these lectures, we'll just examine like 4. The first one, what we call the trait theory. What does the trait theory mean? Some people believe that leaders are made. No. Trait theories come up with an assumption to say that leaders are born, not made. They focus on the qualities like confidence, honesty, or intelligence. When it comes to trait theory, they see or believe that for you to be a leader, there are some certain qualities you are expected to have. Maybe in the secondary school, a child with confidence enough to participate in a debate or speak on behalf of his or her group, they see such student or such child as a leader. That is what trait theory is talking about. It's a leaders are not made, but leaders are born with some certain qualities. Confidence. When you're confident enough to stand in the midst of crowd, you are being seen as a leader. When you are honest, that whatever you are doing, you are sincere in the course of your study, you are sincere in the course of your work, you are sincere in your leadership position, you are being seen as a leader. Then another thing is intelligence. When someone is so smart, contributions, you participate in what is going on within your cycle, within the group, within the organization, within the society, you are seen as a leader. So trait theories assumed that leaders are born, not made, which focuses on some certain qualities like the confidence, honesty, or intelligence. According to Nordhaus, he explained that a trait theory focuses on who leaders are rather than what leaders do. Who leaders are rather than what leaders do. That means you may have some people that do a lot of things, but that also made them a leader. According to trait theory, according to the Nordhaus, you are not saying that a trait theory of leadership is not depends on who they are, not what they do. Who they are, not what they do. There are a lot of people just like in this class, they participate in this class, but they won't drop a single chat, they won't respond, and yet they are part of the program, all because they want the diploma certificate. Will you call them a leader? According to trait theory, such people are not leaders. For you to be a leader, you are expected with what? Confidence, honesty, intelligence. That means whatever we're doing in this class, you have to participate. Your contributions make you a leader. Your ability to speak make you a leader. For you to be honest to yourself make you a leader. Doing the assignment and submit the assignment on time makes you a leader. That is what trait theory is talking about. We can see example Nelson Mandela. is example of what a trait theory leadership is all about. Number two, the behavioral theory. The behavioral theory of leadership, this assumes that leadership is about action, not trait. Leadership is about action, not trait. Anyone can learn to be a leader by behaving the right way. Now, according to behavioral theory, he said that leadership is by action. That means motivation, your attitude towards your follower, your attitude towards your staff, the way you relate with people. It is by action, not trait. So when you're trying to say that it is by action, not trait, you're not saying that being confident alone does not make you a leader. Being intelligent alone does not make you a leader. Being honest alone does not make you a leader. But what have you done? Your attitude, your behavior. How does your behavior affect others? How is your presence affect the present organizations where you are? That is what the behavioral theory is talking about. According to Euclid 2023, so behavioral theory helps organizations train better leaders by focusing on teachable actions. That means leaders are trained. Leaders are trained. You believe that by the time you learn, you become a leader. That you don't just wake up to become a leader, you're expected to learn. There are certain procedures you are expected to undergo training. There should be a coach mentoring you. We should believe one day or someday you will automatically be a coach that will also mentor others. That is behavioral theory. Your impact that believes that anyone can learn to be a leader by behaving the right way. So when you do the right thing, you are a leader. Class open by 10 o'clock and exactly 9:45 to 9:50 you are in class, you are a leader. You are doing the right thing. When you see what is bad and you say this thing is bad, you are a leader. That is behavioral theory. So once you can learn and adopt the single principle and mentor, automatically you are a leader. Example, like a manager who gives a clear instructions and also listening to their team is showing a good leadership behavior. Then number three, contingency. Contingency. This theory says the best leadership style depends on the situation. One side does not fit all. When it comes to contingency theory, we are looking at in every situation, there's a leadership that fits. Take for instance, in a military zone, the way you command in a military zone will be different from the way principal will be leading the student in the school. Assuming Queen Elizabeth is a military officer, the way she is leading her team will be different from the way a civil servant will also be leading his or her team. So when it comes to contingency theory, he is saying that leadership style depends on the situation. So the situation you find yourself will justify the type of leader you will adopt. So there's no best leadership style, or maybe there's no one-way leadership style that can adopt in all situations. So that means in a particular situation you find yourself, you look at a particular style that fits in that situation and adopt it. The kind of discipline you did in the military zone, you cannot bring the same discipline to a school where there are what? Puppies. So you look at the environment. You can also bring the same discipline to a church, a religious what? Environment. So when it comes to religious environment, there's a type of leadership you have to practice. When it comes to education too, university, there's a type of leadership you are expected to practice. When it comes to your normal organization, where you work with your staff, employees, there are type of leadership you are expected to practice. So contingency theory is assumed that leadership style depends on the situation. So one side of leadership does not fit all situations. So you look at the situation and look at the type of leadership that you think it fits in for that particular situation where you are. According to Finland, It suggests that effective leadership requires matching the leader's style to the right environment. Matching the leader's style to the right environment. That means every leader has to progress. When you get to a particular environment where you are, you adopt a particular leadership style. You change your leadership style. Look at the one that fits in that particular environment and work on it. Now look at motivational theories. Theories of motivation. Motivation theory is developed by Maslow, the Maslow hierarchy of needs, that says that motivation says that people are motivated in stages. There are levels of motivation, that people are motivated in stages. It just says that it's like climbing a ladder or pyramid. So you must satisfy the lower one before you move to the next level. So while you are doing motivation of employees, motivation of staff, as a leader, you can't just jump up to solve the bigger thing. You start from the lower level to the higher level. And that is why in motivation, looking at the pyramid, we have the first thing called the psychological needs. Psychological needs or basic needs. When you look at the basic needs today, these are the things that we want presently, not tomorrow. It's just that in economics, we are taught want and need. Want and need. Want are something you need then tomorrow. For example, if you want to buy a car, you want to build a house, you want to buy a new dress, you want to further your education. These are your wants. You need them tomorrow, but they are not immediate. But when we try to talk about basic needs, these are the things that you cannot do without. It's a must that you get them. Like food, water, shelter, and sleep. These are the things we need every day. Man needs food to survive. We need water to survive. We also need a shelter to lay our head, to sleep. So these needs are the foundation. That if these needs are not be provided, you cannot jump to the next one. That is what we call the hierarchy of needs. It starts from the what? The foundation before you move to the next level. The basic needs are the things that you need it very urgent. They are the things that you cannot do without it. Example, if someone is hungry or homeless, they won't be thinking about promotions or friendships. They just want food and a place to sleep. Imagine you are coming to a class, a diploma class, and you are not eating. All these things we are saying will not make any sense to you. But in order for you to benefit from the lectures or the training, you might have taken something into your stomach this morning, had a better food. This will give you that sense of belonging that you are ready to learn. That is what we call the basic needs. Number two, safety needs. One of the basic needs are met. Once the basic needs are met, people want to feel safe and secure in life. Secure in their health, job, and finance. Take for instance, if you're working with Professor Queen Elizabeth, yes, you can international. The question you're going to ask yourself, how secure I am working with her or working with the organization? Sometimes she might have hired you that, okay, this job I'm giving to you is a contract job or 1 year. So what happened after the 1 year? You see that people begin to worry. When you begin to do the job by 8 months, 9 months, you already have a thought that, oh, at so time, my job will do what? My contract will expire. What will be the next? Your mind will thinking different thing because you are looking for a way to replace it. Or if the contract will what? Extended. So every individual needs what we call safety needs. Another safety needs is your head. When you have a health issue, you can't do anything. Another safety needs is finance. Every individual needs money. Someone said something that if you go to hospital and someone is sick, just give them the amount of money they needed, that sickness will disappear. That means money cures some sickness. Money can liberate individuals. Some people are depressed because there's no single kobo, penny in their hand. So when it comes to safety needs, these are the things that motivate employees. How secure is their job working with you? If they're following you as their followers and you are their leader, how sure you are that their job is secure with you? Their future is secure with you? What about their head, their life? Is it something that you don't put them in danger? More especially when you walk into a company where there's a lot of machines, equipment, do you provide a safety boot? Do you provide a safety equipment for your employees? Do you provide the resources they needed so that nothing harms them? It's not because your paying their salary is enough. No. You must put into consideration their welfare so that they have that confidence that they're working with you. Example, our employees will worry less and works better when they know they won't lose their job next week. And the office environment is also what? Safe. During COVID-19, a lot of people were dropped from work. Reason being that employers could not meet up the target to pay salary any longer. Goods were no longer transporting the way it's supposed to be. So they look for only effective employee and retain within the organization. So those they think they are not just more value, they sack them or fire them out of the job. So during that COVID-19, a lot of people were afraid. Most people were jobless. And you see people were like, what can we do? Job security is another safety that every employees want while working with you. Number 3, belonging needs. That is social needs. Every individual want to identify with one or want to how do you call it, from one person to another. They want to meet with new people. They want to meet with new friends. People want to feel connected. They want to be friendship. They want to be loved. They want to join, become a team, join a particular teamwork. So you can't just be a leader and say that, no, my staff will not communicate with this person. You have no business with this person. You don't need to communicate with this person. No. Let me tell you what Professor Queen Elizabeth did to me. She connected me, my institute, to Appleton Private University. And today, I can officially connect her to the rector of Appleton Private University without passing through what? Professor Queen Elizabeth again. That is connection. That is social need. And I feel satisfied. Oh, people will say, oh, Queen Elizabeth, how would I get to Dr. David? How would I reach out to him? And he shared Dr. David's number to you. That is belonging. That is social need. Connection. You just want to feel belong. You want to be part of the teamwork. You want to be part of what is going on. It's just like a worker who feels included in the team chat, group lunch, or staff bonding event, feels more motivated to come to work. How will you feel if you are doing something within the organization? A top level management now called 2 or junior level staff to say, come and partake in this program. We need your ideas. We need your opinion. Just see how the staff will be so excited to be part of that thing, because the motivation, that thing motivates him to say, wow, for the top management to recognize me, I will do my best. Esteem needs. People want respect, recognition, and achievement. They want to feel value. Nobody wants to work and expect that the credit that belongs to them should be given to another person. So employees need, or followers need, what we call the esteem needs. When they do one thing or the other, they expect what we call recognition. Just like what we taught last week on motivation employees. Leaders are expected to recognize his or her followers. Show them a little appreciation. Project them to the world. When they do something, give them the credit. Job well done. It's like getting the best employee award or being trusted with an important project. It boosts the staff confidence and motivation. As a leader, you're not expected to do everything. There's some project that you can able to hand back to the hands of your followers or staff. That when they say, wow, look at what he gave to me. Look at what my leader gave to me. He trusted me so much. In fact, I feel motivated. I feel encouraged to work with my leader. Just like what we said last week. How often did you motivate your staff or show them appreciation? How often do you take your staff on maybe a 1 week or 3 days vacation or learning tour? You can decide to take your staff on a learning tour. That today we are going from this state to another state. We need to visit a new industry. We need to visit a new company. We want to see the way they arrange, how they do things in that company. Have you ever project the pictures of your staff on your social media page handle or on your website to say employee of the year, staff of the month? Please, Every staff needs motivation. They need recognition for what they have done. That credit must be given to them. Then number 5, self-actualization. Self-actualization. This is the top of the ladder. Here people want to become the best version of themselves, to grow, be creative, and fulfill their true potential. As a leader, when you have to start working with your employees, give them the room to learn. Give them the room to be productive. Give them the room to contribute to what is going on. Don't gauge them. Don't assume they don't know. If you don't give them the chance, they cannot give what you want. If you don't give them the chance, they will not give you what you want. So give room for your employees to contribute. Give room for them to be part of what is going on. That is self-actualization. For example, a graphic designer who starts their own creative agency, or someone who volunteers to give back to society, is living at the world at this level. When you are doing something, I say, wow, if I can open my company, I can open my business, my dream has come to pass, and God so can you open that business. That is self-actualization. When you're having a particular challenge, and that challenge was able to solve, self-actualization. And most of the time, people ask themselves, say, oh, have you discovered your purpose? Have you discovered who you are? The question I want each and every one of you to ask yourself this afternoon is this. Where you are working now, are you happy with your job? Ask yourself that question. Where you are now, are you happy with your job? Or because you just take the job to manage you due to the situation of the country or the economy? If you are not happy with your job, that means you are at the wrong place. You will not be fulfilled. When you work in an environment where you are okay, you feel belong, you feel satisfied, then that is self-actualization. So if you think where you are now, you are not okay with it, they are pushing you. It's like a pressure. You're just doing it for the sake of you getting a little thing. Please, go back again and have a rethink. It's not too late for you to go back. You can fire yourself by dropping a resignation letter and go back to your purpose. Every individual has their calling. So if you're not in line with your calling, your vision, you're wasting your time. Even before you also take any job in an organization, the first thing that you should think of, what is the vision of the organization? And what is the mission of the organization? Does their vision and mission align with your own vision and mission? If you think the activities that they carry out within the organization does not align with your activities, your mission, your vision, your objective, my sister, my brother, please leave. So they don't waste their time at the end of the day. Self-actualization is another hierarchy of need, the highest that every individual is looking for. Imagine you dream to become a politician, and one fateful day you climb that ladder of become a political leader. That is self-actualization. The question is, where you are you really achieving your dream, your purpose, and the reason why you are there? To round it up, let's look at the 2 factors theory that was developed by Hubbard. Frederick Hubbard, 2 factors theory. One we always call the hygiene factors. The hygiene factors. The hygiene factors, this prevent what we call dissatisfaction. It prevents what we call dissatisfaction when it comes to the hygiene factors theory. These are the basic things that every employee expects. In fact, even before stepping into organization, these are the things that the employees expect from the organization. If they are missing, people get upset. If any of this element is missing within the organization space where you're learning, people will not be happy. Employees will not be happy. They won't be satisfied. But even if they are present, they won't make people super what? Happy. They just stop people from complaining. Now, when it comes to hygiene factors, these things, if these elements are on ground, it makes them happy, but that does not make them super happy. Take, for instance, you may be working in an organization where you are being paid very well. You have everything you need there, but your boss is very rude on you. Your superior is not friendly with you. You are not happy working because, not that you are not working very well, because your employer or your boss or the top level management are not staff friendly. They may just get on one day with one accusation. Every job you do, they condemn it. Instead of them to direct you or to guide you, to put you in the right track, they bring in condemnation, different as insult or abuse. This make people not to be really happy in our organization, even if they pay all the money you are looking for. But in as much as the friendliness is not there, the relationship is not there, it's like you are not being fulfilled. That is why you read the paragraph. I say, if they are missing, people get upset. But even if they are present, they won't make people super happy. They just stop people from complaining. The reason why these elements are available is stop you not to complain, but that does not make you what? Super happy. Imagine you're working with YYCI International. They are paying you well. But the other way around, you can't get access to Professor Queen Elizabeth. She does not relate friendly with you. Most of the time, before you do the job, she will condemn you all your job, but she will not train you or guide you on how to do the process. Examples are hygiene factors. Salary is the element. Company policies is the element. Job security, element. Working conditions, element. Relationship with the supervisor. These are the things that motivate individuals to feel belong in our organizations. If you are not paid fairly or your boss is rude, you'll be what? Unhappy. But even if you are paid well, it does not always make you love your job. It just keeps you what? From quitting. That's why most people, you see them, they're earning the money, or not that they're not earning the money, but they're not really happy within the organization where they're working. Number two, the motivators. This creates satisfaction. The motivators, this creates satisfaction. Remember, I talked about the two factors, the two Harvard factors of theory, two-factor theory. The first one is the hygiene factor, and the second one is the motivators, which is this creates satisfaction. What does motivator factors mean? The achievement, the recognition, responsibility, opportunities for growth, and meaningful work. Employees, like I said before, want them to be recognized. They want the work, in fact, they want to be known. So these are the things that truly inspire and excite people at work. They help people to grow, achieve, and fulfill. So if your staff is working with you and you notice that despite the salary you are paying, the staff is not just that happy, always happy, please, that means the second factor is lacking. The second factor is lacking. Learn to adopt the achievement or recognition or responsibility. Give the staff or the employees some certain responsibility, and he or she will appreciate you. Give them the opportunities for growth. Allow them to advance. How can an employee come to your organization with just ordinary BS in the first degree, and he or she has worked with you for the past 7 years, and you cannot tell the employee to say, please, go and further your masters. Go and further your masters. Go and advance. You say, look, you tell the employee, if you leave my organization, don't bother to come back again. If you stop the job, don't bother to come back again. There's no space for you. If you say you're going to school, please, we are going to replace you. No! Ability for you to allow them to take the opportunity. Give them that sense of belonging, self-actualization. Enable them to do more. They feel motivated to work with you. So allow your employees to grow. Allow your team member to expand. Meaningful work, assign some meaningful work for them that makes them feel happy. Example, when you are praised for a job well done or given a chance to lead a project, you feel out and motivated to do more. Example, another example, a neat office and a fair pay won't make you happy, but they will stop you from quitting. But getting praise for a job well done, that motivates you. And that is what the ideas of Harvard, when you talk about the two factors theory, the two factors theory of motivation. Finally, we have the McGregor's theory, which is the theory S and the theory Y. Most people misinterpret these two theories. The theory S is saying that people are lazy, automatically lazy, and they need control. While theory Y is saying that people work and take responsibility within their own. Let me give a practical example. In theory S, let's say, for instance, I want to use name we have here as a practical example. Professor Queen Elizabeth assigned job for Bassey to do. But Professor Queen will be there to supervise the job with Bassey. That is theory S. That means Bassey is lazy enough to carry out the responsibility without the presence of Professor Queen Elizabeth. That means Bassey cannot do that job if he does not see Queen present. But when it comes to theory Y, if Professor Queen give Bassey job to do, and Bassey can do the job independently without the effort or contribution of Queen, that is theory Y. That means Bassey is independent. You allow employers to be independent to do certain things. They make a meaningful contribution. So you allow them to be creative, innovative, and they take responsibility for their action. What you are looking for as a leader or employer is the success story, the report. So the theory S says that people are lazy, while theory Y is saying that people can work independently and take responsibilities. Let's look at an example. A boss who watches employees every minute is acting on theory S. A boss who trusts the team to finish the job their own way is theory Y. So the choice is within yourself. The question is, as an employee, are you a theory S or are you a theory Y? Do you fall between theory S or you fall between theory Y? I want to examine yourself. And as an employer or boss working in an organization, you have staff working under you. Which categories of staff can you place under theory S? And which categories of staff can you place under theory Y? And those that are under theory S, what is your plan for them to fall under the categories of theory Y? It's a question that you need to think about it. Because you cannot be with your staff 24 hours to supervise their job. So those that fall under the level or categories of theory S, what are your intentions in order for, or what do you think you can do to bring them over to theory Y so that the burden, the load will not be much on you? Why should leaders understand motivation? As a leader, you need to understand motivation because people are not robust. People are not robust. Motivation drives performance, teamwork, and job satisfaction. The reason why you need motivation, because you know that people that are working with you are not robust. And whenever you motivate your employee or your staff, it drives performance in organization, it brings about teamwork, and it brings about job satisfaction. So every employer are expected to motivate their employees, motivate the staff in order for them to be more productive. Any question? Thank you.
Amazing. This motivation is very, very important. Discussion question. What leadership quality did Simon Sinek describe? Oh, sorry, I'm just reading. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead. They can snapshot it, or I will also copy it and put on the chat box.
Okay, so that will be the assignment.
Yes.
Okay. So let me just read it through and then we can capture it. What leadership qualities did Simon Sinek describe? How does starting with why motivate people? Can you think of a leader at school, work, and church who uses this style? Which theory fits this speaker's best? Good question. Okay, please screenshot the assignment because this is what Dr. King David is releasing to us to work on before his next section. And now we try to
if they have
add
any
it
questions,
as
they are
well.
free to ask. If there's any question, or maybe they have any problem within the organization based on the management and they needed clarification, I think they can ask, we can put them through.
Okay, before we move on. And can this note be available for us Is it
Yes,
possible?
Prof. Yes, Prof. Yes,
Okay,
Prof.
okay, all right. All right, let's put the slides down and ask and allow the students to ask questions. Please put the slides down if you can. Right, this is the question time quickly. Are you well, first of all, I want to say I appreciate all our great leaders that have joined us this morning. And in a short while, we just want to ask questions. But before then, we want to say thank you for those that have submitted all their assignments. If by any reason I overlook or I didn't send your questions to Dr. King David, please accept my apology. You know, my plate is really full, but I will try my best to submit your assignment for King David to give feedback. I believe he has already finished up with Ambassador Bassi. You've got your final feedbacks. And my question is, Dr. King David, are you still expecting Ambassador Bassi to submit after all these feedbacks? Is she
Okay, if he has worked on the little correction, I think you need to do presentation today. Yeah, let's see the improvement. Then you can
okay?
go back again and do more work.
Okay. So, Ambassador Bassi, are you ready for your presentation? Because we need to go straight. We still have another lecturer coming to teach us today, so we don't want to waste much time. Are you ready for your presentation based on your updated updated notes or
Yes, ma'am.
corrected notes? Okay. So you
I
are
am ready.
ready. You are ready. Okay. Any other person that wants to give us presentation today? If you have presentation to, I haven't seen Mr. Ogunpowale say notes on the article. Maybe at the moment he couldn't join the article's presenter. I don't know. But I've not seen anything from you, sir. Okay, so it looks like we have only one person to give presentation today, unless if I get any message on the chat box. So, Ambassador Bassi and Dr. King, over to you for the presentation. Because our next lecturer will be starting very soon. So, let's go straight to it. Dr. King, David,
Okay,
and
yeah, Basi, over to you. You can go ahead.
Yes,
Ambassador,
sir.
yeah. Yes, you need to present your papers, your updated, corrected papers.
Okay, what is he sent something to me on WhatsApp now? Just
Okay,
try to see, but yeah. Okay, let me see if I can go to copy it out.
okay. Yes, because he hasn't got the facilities he only has his phone.
Yes, ma'am. I am trying.
Okay, so hold on. I think Dr. King Basi is going to help you.
I
And
want
once
to
you
share
do
it.
that, okay. So on that, while we are still waiting, we welcome Professor Mary Mia from South Africa. Thank you so much for coming back after 2 weeks break. I believe that it's not your fault. That is how we agreed. So we're going to have you for 2 days this week. Amazing. Today and Wednesday to continue where you pause. So thank you so much for joining us. So Dr. King David has been teaching us on leadership and management. And in combined to his teaching, he also allowed the students to present their papers, research papers or articles. So he's been training them how to write the articles. And now one of the students has been chosen, and he's been doing a lot of corrections because he's been following the feedbacks of Dr. King David. So this morning he's about to present it. So once he finished and then we get the final feedback from Dr. King, then we'll be able to invite you, ma'am, and Professor Mary Mia to teach us in depth on emotional intelligence. Okay, over to you now. We're waiting. Okay, so you want him to speak?
Pastor, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead now. It's been shown.
It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, let me continue. Transformation leadership and public sector reform, a case study of corruption in Kenya, KEMSA. Author, Ambassador Basil Mtelia, Program Global Online Diploma, Lecturer, Ambassador King David, Institution, Y.Y.C.I International.
And Appleton University. So please correct that later. Continue.
23 June 2025, abstract. Corruption remains a persistent obstacle to effect governance and stability development across many African countries. Kenya public health sector, particularly the Kenya Medical Supply Authority, KEMSA, was deeply implicated in high-profile procurement scandal during COVID-19 pandemic. This paper critically examined the scandal through the lens of transformation leadership theory argument that leaders defect, characterized by critical lapse, weak institutional oversight, and political interference, created an enabled environment for corruption to thrive, drawing a comprehensive case study methodology and comprehensive review of secondary data, including official audit reports, parliamentary proceedings, policy analysis, and interfaith journalism. The study demonstrates the absence of visionaries, ethical and accountability leadership was central to the KEMSA crisis. The paper recommends a prolonged reform agenda. We have introduction. The problem of corruption in public sector continues to analyze institutional. So we have that's introduction. The study of explorating leadership corruption in Kenya public service using the KEMSA. Okay, we have what role did the leaders fail to play in enabling corruption with KEMSA? How can social leadership be to drive sustainability and section reforms? By implementing social leadership, the theory of parliamentary analytical framework, the paper argued the circulation of we have literature review, corruption in public sector. Okay, we have about leadership and anti-corruption frameworks. We have that is will explain about the leadership and anti-corruption reforms. Let's go forward. Leadership play a pivotal role in shaping organizational values, enforcing ethical norms, and fostering accountability. Ban in 1978, introducing the concept of trust leadership value-based visionary model that elevates both leaders and fellows by aligning organizational goals with moral purpose. Passed in 1985, further refined the model, identify four components: analyze influence, inspirational movement, motivation, intellectual motivations, and evaluations considered. We have leadership and governance in the case in Kenyan context. Kenya history of grand corruption scandal, including those of National Youth Service, NYS, Kenya Power, KEMSA. Illustrated governance failures. According to the Transparency International Kenya 2022, the problem is public. We have the radical transformation leadership. And we have, we continue. The study apply. Okay, we have the case study content, the KEMSA scandal, institutional and mandate and governance structures. timeline of the scandals. I have shown it. Hello, sir.
Yes, you can move the slides up.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The dates of the this is the scandal involved direct procurement for unqualified and political connected suppliers of pricing for commodities such as by 40%, 100%. The research employs a quantitative case study approach. Okay, we have findings and discussions. Let's go up, sir. Hello. Ethical and strategic leadership differences.
Thank you. Can you go to your conclusion? Your recommendation, sorry.
Recommendations, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, recommendations and strategic expectation impact. Procurement transparency, leadership development, and we have independent oversight. To answer the oversight institutions, we have the polarizations of appointments and conclusion there. We have reference.
Thank
And that
you.
is the end of. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. At this point, okay, Prof, let me allow you to say something first. Over to you, Prof.
Yes, I think to me, from the beginning, from the first one he submitted and this one, I could see that he has really worked hard and he has really improved in the presentation of this article. I have no much to say. I want to say well done, Ambassador Basi Mutiela. You are
Thank
among the three or four that have submitted their articles. And I want to say well done for taking correction, working alongside with Dr. King David's team. And I want to say thank you to the team of Awedu Institute of Leadership and Management that have really involved and they have really worked with you. So we do not take that one for granted. It's a bonus in what we're doing. So thank you, sir, for giving us that opportunity for one or two of our students that have really responded to this article. I know you are still working. You've also worked on methodology. I've noticed the recommendation. To me, I have nothing to say much. I just want to say well done. Dr. King will be the one to justify to justify. So well
you. We are
done
learning.
and keep up
Thank
the
you.
good works. Okay,
Thank
over
you.
to you, sir, Dr. King David.
I think we have one of the professor around. So let me also give her that benefit to
Yes.
say one or two things. The woman from South Africa, is she still online?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she was around, but maybe she's moved out. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bassi, this is what you do. The first thing,
Yes.
like I say, you are abstract. You have not yet added the keywords. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your abstract, your keywords have not yet been added.
Yes.
Then, like I say, if you can do a diagram that shows relationship between your independent variables and dependent variable, which is the conceptual framework, will be better. Are you
Yes.
hearing me? I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to show you one. At the end of this, I'm going to show another slide that show how the conceptual framework look like. So they can use
Yes.
that to see what you're going to do. Well done. Then,
Yes.
like I say, we should not joke with this opportunity. This is a diploma program in university. Try and go to a cyber cafe and arrange your work together. Make it standard. The next correction you're going to send to me, I won't like it to be in the form of normal chat text on WhatsApp. It should be in document. So they can properly arrange your work and align it well. Please. You can see all this as the whole world scatter. Then your introduction is empty. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Your introduction is
Yes.
empty.
Yes.
There is no proper background of the subject matter here.
Yes.
And like I said before, we also expect that we need to get some perspective, global perspective on the subject matter. What does others have to say, or what have they said? Maybe people might
Yes.
have carried out the same research on this subject matter. So we want to understand their view of what those people say regards to this same topic. It should be captured in your introduction. The motivation of the study, what motivates you, should be captured
Yes.
in introduction. That comes last. So like I said, your introduction should talk about your global perspective. After that, you have to also define your dependent variables and independent variables. Then the relationship between the dependent variables and independent variables and the motivation of the study. Excuse me. The motivation of the study, this should be reflected in your introduction. Come to literature.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This, your literature, like I say, they are very scanty. We need more information.
Yes.
We need more information. There's a lot of literatures that you can get on this subject matter. We need more information. Then, the theoretical framework, I say you use transformational leadership, one. Which other one again? Only transformational leadership, at least use two. Are you hearing me? You are expected to use at least minimum two for the purpose of this, two theories.
Okay.
So find way to add one theories. Then my final question for you, this methodology, the method, will you going to analyze the work at the end of the day? Do you need to present data or you just want to make it theoretical like that?
To make data.
You are going to present the data.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so if that be the case, at least on next class we need to say something.
Yes.
You understand the point regards to that. But if you want to take a real theoretical work, then I don't think methodology or case study is important. You can remove them.
Yes.
Do you understand the point? So the empirical study, I don't think it's important. You don't need that. But if you want to analyze the methodology, I think it's okay. But if you also want it that way, fine. So well done, Mr. Bassi. Well done. Good job for you. And we look forward for your next presentation to just have the final correction of the next class. Then finally, I think this was what I tried to share with us before. So this from, can we all see how the work look like? This is one of the student too. So you look at it very well. This is already job well done. Appleton Private University, see how the logo appear in collaboration with Y.Y.C.I International. Seminar presentation. The topic, sorry.
Yes.
The topic, okay. So I saw this arrangement and the month which the work is being carried out. The abstract, so you see the keyword I told you that you needed to add. How it looked like. So the keywords like some keywords of you needed to define. Some terminology is there. Should be reflected in your keyword. The introduction is there. Okay. Then this is conceptual framework. I want you to look at it. Are you seeing it? So this conceptual framework, you have to talk about the youth leadership and political management. So now you are looking at relationship. What is relationship between youth leadership and political management? How does youth leadership involve in political management? How does political participation enhance or affect electoral what? Integrity. What relationship between civic engagement and responsiveness to citizen needs? So conceptual flow give you this idea to balance this together. So you have the dependent variables and the independent variables. Once again, thank you very much. At this point, I think my time is off. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Wow. Good, very good and rich feedback that Dr. King has given you. So please do the work quickly, fill up the space, and resubmit it on time. Well done,
Yes,
Doctor.
ma'am.
Well done, Ambassador Basi Mutela. And I think also Dr. Omotola have sent her own. I think I just said it today. My apology if I haven't sent it to you before. I think it's my fault. I will take all the responsibility of that because she actually have sent it long time ago. And then this morning she said, "Oh, Dr. King David did approve my my
No
third and
problem.
fourth."
No problem.
So please work also on that, and I believe that one of these days she too will be able to present our own articles as well. And also, Dr. Samina, how far is Dr. Samina's work? Dr. Samina Evelyn,
I
because
made
I've
a
Yeah,
correction. I think I forwarded to you.
okay,
The recommendation,
I
I
will.
forwarded to you.
I
okay,
will give.
okay.
Good
You
morning,
want
ma.
Yeah,
good morning.
soon. Soon I will submit.
Okay, soon she will submit. Okay, so that means we have Dr. Samina, Ambassador Basi, and Dr. Motola working on their articles at the moment. But
Yes,
saying that, it's still open to every one of us that wants to contribute to that article development. It's an opportunity for us. You can use that same article for so many things in life. So if you're still interested, please take the assignment, work on it. I think this assignment is going to give us today will be this one he has already given us on this platform is the 5th assignment. And I'm going to add it to the document. So take it up and see if you can work with them with but I think there is a time scale because the conference is actually going to start on the 30th of July. Am I right, sir?
Yes, 31st of July.
Yeah. So if you are working towards that paper submission, you need to really work hard for it if you haven't started at all. But on this note, I want to say thank you, Dr. Samina Evelyn. Thank you, Ambassador Basi. And thank you to Dr. Omotola for making an attempt. And for others, please don't give up. If you still want to submit your papers, the time is now and you can do it between now and middle. Let's put it this way, because Dr. King David will be in Kigali from middle of July. So she might not have time for any feedback. If I'm correct, I don't know when you'll be traveling to Kigali, but
Thank
that is
you.
where the big event is going to take up. And that also will make me to, I don't know if Dr. King David is going to stay till the end of this program today,
I'm leaving.
because
I'm leaving.
okay,
I'm leaving. I'm going
okay,
to talk.
there is very important information I'd like to share quickly before he leaves. Our graduation should be on the 2nd of August. But with the instructions given to me, which I believe is a good instruction, and I believe it will enhance that diploma, because in your diploma, it's not going to be ordinary certificate, and you've all worked hard. So that is why the suggestion, I embrace it. And the suggestion is, in the month of August, we are not going to do the graduation in August. Few reasons. Number one, we're going to give everyone, we're going to combine all our modules together for you to do one big dissertation. And I believe with this paper feedbacks and other thing, we help you as well to be able to do that dissertation. So there will be 1 month for you to work on those dissertation and submit it ending of August. Number 2, Dr. Jose and Dr. King David and many of us will be busy the last week of July Although we still do our masterclass, but they will not be surfaced for the 2nd of August because there is a big conference, leadership and management conference, physically taking place in Kigali. So we won't expect both of them to teach us or to come down to come and teach, to come for the graduation, which we want them to be available for the graduation. So that is why we are moving it to September. But then September is our big name, big month, our best month of the year. Y.Y.C.I International will be celebrating 5th anniversary, 5th-year anniversary. So we want to combine, because that time we normally have our award day and our transformational leadership conference, and I decide together with our anniversary. But now we are adding the graduation with it, so that the famous leaders out there, the world leaders, that will be joining us for our anniversary and will be joining us for our transformational leadership, will be witnessing your graduation. So that's where we are putting all together. You deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be recognized. You deserve also to be awarded. So apart from your diploma certificate you have worked hard for 3 months, you are also going to get a special awards. You are also going to be getting a special gift during that time. So you can now know the reason why Y.Y.C.I International is going to use a whole month looking through your presentation, all your assignments, gathering all the names together, preparing ourselves for this massive, big conference. It's going to be on Saturday. And let me warn you, I mean, some of us that are members of Y.Y.C.I, they've already known. We can start 10 o'clock in the morning and finish 5 o'clock in the evening online. So let me warn you for that. So you prepare yourself fully for that. But you are not only going to get your diploma, you are going to get other things with it. And the world leaders are going to witness it. Some of you might get a contract that day. Some of you might get a connection, big connection that day. Some of you might be sponsored that day. I don't know the plans of our world leaders. All what I know is that most likely Mayor of UK will be attending. And I know some key leaders in the world will be attending. So that is the main reason why we are combining Transformational Leadership Conference, 5th year anniversary of Y.Y.C.I International, graduation, and also Global African Queen in collaborating with Y.Y.C.I International Award Day. So that's what's going to happen with your own, collecting your own diploma certificate, which is signed, logoed by myself, signed by myself and Dr. Jose, the rector of Appleton University. The two logos will be there together with the International Federation of Private University. So please don't take that for granted. So let's keep working hard and never give up. I hope the announcement is clear and understood. But we will still keep on announcing it. So please don't feel bad that we have to move your graduation to September. This is the main reason. Number one, we want Dr. King and Dr. Juicy to be there. But unfortunately, three of us will be busy with the big conference, massive big conference that is taking place in Kigali, Rwanda. And then the second one is we incorporated it with our anniversary, where a lot of people will be showing up on that day. So that's the main reason. And the main reason as well is that you will need to work hard to present your own dissertation. If you want to know more about dissertation, no problem. I believe my lecturers can do justice. They will find time to lecture you before that day, before August. So thank you so much. And on behalf of Appleton Private University in Spain and UK, and Y.Y.C.I International, Y.Y.C.I International Academic here in UK, we want to express our gratitude to Ambassador Dr. King David. Thank you, sir. The rector of Awedu Institute of Business Management and Leadership, Nigeria. We appreciate you dearly, sir, for your time, for your lecture, and even adding bonus of teaching us how to write our own paper or article. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Wow. Okay.